Yeah. Are we running just a little bit earlier? All right. Time to play another song. Let's go back to the ends.
Chancellor Alexander, the university community is assembled for commencement.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay's Spring 2022 Commencement. Please join me in thanking our student ambassadors for bearing the international and tribal flags. These flags will be posted in the lobby, joining a display of more than 100 flags illustrating the global reach of UW-Green Bay. We are proud today to welcome the UW-Green Bay ROTC Color Guard to present the colors. Please stand for the National Anthem, which will be sung by UW-Green Bay student Kate Kopke.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wheeled at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets, the bombs bursting through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the hope of the brave.
Thank you. Please be seated. We begin all ceremonies at UW Green Bay with our land acknowledgement. We at the University of Wisconsin Green Bay acknowledge the First Nations people who are the original inhabitants of the region. The Ho-Chunk Nation and the Menominee Nation are the original first people of Wisconsin, and both nations have ancient historical and spiritual connections to the land that our institution now resides upon. Today, Wisconsin is home to 12 First Nations communities, including the Oneida Nation of Wisconsin, Forest County Potawatomi, Ojibwe Nation communities, Stockbridge Munsee Band of the Mohicans, and the Brothertown Indian Nation. We acknowledge the First Nations people of Wisconsin. I now invite you to please stand and join me in welcoming Elmer Denny Jr. Namo to perform a welcome song honoring all of our graduates today. Thank you. Please be seated. I would like to recognize some of the people joining us here today. The University of Wisconsin-Green Bay is fortunate to have a most distinguished and dedicated faculty and staff. These are the professionals who have provided our graduates with opportunities inside and outside of the classroom. They are mentors, they're experts, and work countless hours to provide the very best for our students. All of them also provide significant service to the region we serve and the fields they love. I ask the faculty and staff to stand and be recognized for their great work. I would also ask the following members of the university cabinet to stand and remain standing so that they may be recognized. Dr. Corey King, Vice Chancellor for University Inclusivity and Student Affairs. Tony Werner, Vice Chancellor for University Advancement and President of the UW Green Bay Foundation. Thank you to you both. Today, our graduates have benefited from the love and support of friends and family, many of whom have joined us today. Graduates, I urge you to always take time to thank those that help you to rise. I would ask all family members and friends of these graduates to stand and be recognized by the graduates for your part in their success. We are proud at UW Green Bay to support education for our service members. At this time, I would ask all active duty and veterans of the U.S. military to stand so we may thank you for your service. The UW Green Bay Council of Trustees is composed of regional leaders who provide guidance and direction to the university. We are fortunate to have Ginny Riepel, Beth Gochnauer, and Cordero Barkley with us this afternoon to represent the council. Please stand and be recognized. Thank you for the amazing service that you provide. Cordero Barkley, Vice Chair of the Council, is here to bring greetings. Please join me in welcoming him.
So thank you, Chancellor Alexander, for having me, one, and two, for being tall. I don't have to adjust the mics. Good afternoon. It's a truly honor to be here with everyone and enjoying all of you, the graduates. You guys are why we are here. I'm Cordero Barkley, a partner at Titletown Tech, Vice Chair of the Council of Trustees, and also a UW Green Bay alum. On behalf of the Council of Trustees, congratulations on this huge accomplishment. As I've matured, I've come to really value the quality of the education that we received here from this talented faculty and staff. Hopefully you have learned from each other and you continue to take away skills that you have gained that will lead you to greatness in the future. My path to UW Green Bay was not always traditional. As a first-generation college student from Racine, Wisconsin, stepping on the campus, I really had no idea where my journey would lead me. Like many of you, I kind of had to figure it out. But once I got to the campus, I began to thrive in the curated nature of the small classroom environment. Really loved the dorm room environment. It was kind of like having an extended family there. And then taking time to really learn about my peers and their journeys gave me solace in my path as well. I realized we were all on the same path, but kind of ran different races to get here. My life as a student athlete created another buffer of extended family. When I look back on my time here, I often reflect on the time spent in the union with students from all walks of life, the perspective changing conversations that we'd have walking through the tunnels, especially when it was cold, or the times when I needed to clear my head after a tough final or a tough road loss. and I would find myself finding peace with nature and the trails. Other times, my experience was centered around speaking up and pushing this campus and its leadership on diversity, inclusion efforts. I felt like that was important for all students here. It's a mission that I still champion today, as Chancellor Alexander can tell you, constantly pushing, but I also chair the Social Justice Committee for the university. As I chose my degree path, I recall countless meetings with Amy Van Oss in academic advising, who helped me ensure that my academic path was one on time, and for me personally, ahead of schedule. I'm hyper competitive. But she also helped me begin to plan for the master's program that was newly started. I had an additional year and I wanted to take advantage of that. I vividly remember the fear of graduating during the Great Recession, only to have those fears quelled by Linda Peacock Landrum and the career services team, who worked tirelessly to ensure that us students in that environment had multiple opportunities during one of the most uncertain times in recent history. And I'd be remiss if I don't shout out Professor Don McCartney, who literally called me and then called me out and said, Cordero, you need to get back on campus and finish what you started, imploring me to finish my master's, which I was able to do in 2016. I look at where I am now as a partner at Titletown Tech, a venture capital firm started with, between a unique partnership between the Packers and Microsoft, and located in the shadows of the iconic Lambeau Field. If it wasn't for relentless staff members like the ones you see on stage and the ones that I've mentioned, and alumni, and I'll shout out Craig Dickman, who has continued to push forward that thought process of alumni taking care of alum. This kid from Racine probably wouldn't be here speaking to you today. This campus is evolving, and you are soon to be a part of that legacy. Great minds expand ideas into action. You are proof that a campus's ability to meet students where they are in their journey is an important tenet to the university's mission. As I close, you are venturing into the next journey. Define what your success looks like, or others will try to define it for you. And regardless of the stage, know your journey has prepared you for anything that you will face. You are a phoenix, and you have grown the family. Continue to rise, and go Phoenix.
Thank you, Cordero. Every commencement ceremony is special, but this one is special for many reasons. Among the 1,000 plus students receiving diplomas today, there are 20 students who won't even graduate from high school until mid-June that received a diploma this morning. Our first Rising Phoenix students graduated today. These students graduated with a UW Green Bay associate's degree that will coincide with their high school diploma program that gives these students a head start on their academic career after high school by providing access to college credit. It is a great example of our mission to provide access to education for people in our region from pre-K through retirement. This morning, we also had the first graduates of our master's degree in sports, exercise, and performance psychology. This aligns with the region's interest in sports and medicine and seems logical to be held in a city that we share with a certain NFL franchise. Finally, our first cohort of doctoral students with their education doctorate in First Nation Studies graduated this morning. These students received the first doctoral degrees given in the history of UW Green Bay. It was an incredibly proud moment for us, especially with a degree that is truly distinctive to this university. This afternoon, not to be outdone, we will graduate our first ever cohort of executive MBA students. These students also represent an important milestone for UW Green Bay as our Conference School of Business continues to expand to meet the needs of the economy of Northeast Wisconsin. We continue to build something exciting at UW Green Bay. Having the opportunity to share this moment together with our graduating students and their family and friends is something we truly cherish. Our first class graduated in June of 1970. 78 students marched in that commencement ceremony. Today's class contains 1,117 students. With the addition of those graduating today, more than 49,000 students are now a part of the Phoenix family. It has been our honor to learn from these students here today and all who have come before you. Today and forevermore, you are a Phoenix. Congratulations on all of your accomplishments and for rising to meet every challenge that has come your way. Now go forth, build on the experiences you have had here, continue to make us proud, and make a difference for others through your kindness, spirit, and dedication to your field. It is my pleasure now to call on John Caters, Dean of the Resch School of Engineering, to introduce this afternoon's class speaker. Dean Caters.
Thank you, Chancellor Alexander. It is my great pleasure today to introduce Jordan Sione, who will be graduating with a degree in mechanical engineering. Jordan has excelled in every class he's taken in the mechanical engineering program. However, his work in the classroom is only part of the story, as Jordan was selected to participate in a National Science Foundation sponsored research project on cutting-edge solar physics at the New Jersey Institute of Technology, where he was one of only 8 people in the entire United States selected to participate. He was also selected for a Department of Energy sponsored research project on nuclear energy with the Idaho National Laboratory and completed several other research projects with our own Dr. Jagadeep Thoda, chair of our engineering program here at UW Green Bay. In addition, Jordan served as president of the engineering club and also provided tutoring for other engineering students through the Learning Center here at UW Green Bay. Jordan has a great story to tell, and we're all very proud that he will be graduating from the Richard J. Rash School of Engineering today before continuing his education studying physics. And with that, I'm going to welcome Jordan to the stage.
Thank you for the kind introduction, Dean Caters. Let me start by saying, I can hear my heart beating right now. But enough about me. I'm here to talk about you guys. I'm here to talk about us. We have made it. We're graduating. No more assignments due at midnight, and no more staying up until 2 a.m. writing lab reports because they were due at midnight. Seriously, with all that, what kind of maniac would go back to school once they graduate? Wait a minute, yeah, I'm doing that. Now, if you did not like my one joke, I have good news. We now conclude the joke-telling portion of this speech. And we will move on to something that has never before been done during a commencement speech. A quote from Dr. Seuss's Oh, the Places You'll Go. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer your life in any direction you choose. Now, I love this quote, and there are 2 main reasons why. First, it rhymes, and that's always nice. And second, it provides a shining example of what it means to be naive. We are all intimately familiar with the fact that there is so much more to changing lives and changing the world than merely being smart and being capable. There are some things we simply cannot change. There are words we can't unsay and crimes we can't undo. Yet, on this day, looking around this room, it is not naive to say that we are in the presence of great change makers. Among us today are astronauts who will make this universe a smaller place, geneticists who will turn off diseases, engineers who will redefine what is possible, and the CEOs of companies that will champion the hard work of all the previously mentioned parties. So the question becomes, why should we be so confident? What enables us to do all these great things? What do we have which Dr. Seuss neglected to mention? Well, it's simple. We have each other. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Northeast Wisconsin, let me tell you about something quirky that we do. Whenever we talk about the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay, we do not refer to it as the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay. We don't even call it UWGB. We simply call this place GB, short for Green Bay, as if somehow the entire community of Green Bay, Wisconsin is encapsulated by this institution. Well, it is. And if I'm being honest, I could not think of a better word to describe what it is that we have here than community. We have a community of students who do not come here to party, but to learn and grow. Now, that is not something you see at every school. Take Madison. And our community of students ceaselessly seeks to support one another in those noble pursuits of learning and growing. We have community leaders who share our deeply held values. You know, in my 5 years at this school, I have never once been to a professor's office hours. Not to say I don't go to their offices, I do that all the time, just not when I'm invited. And yet, never once was I turned away. And the reason for that is simple. Our community's leaders, faculty, and staff share our deep devotion to learning and growing. And above all else, they seek to help people building better lives. And this community we have extends far beyond the Arboretum's emerald curtain. We all have families and friends, people who give us the advice we need most, even when we want it the least. And finally, we have a community that literally built us a school 3 years ago. The Richard J. Resch School of Engineering opened. As of today, there are 243 engineering students, 32 of which will be graduating, and 0 that would be here without the collective efforts of all of Northeast Wisconsin. We truly have a special community. Now, there is one more quote we need to discuss. In the immortal words of Winnie the Pooh, how lucky are we to have something that makes it so hard to say goodbye? Now, if today were merely the end of our involvement with this great community, it would be a hard day. Thankfully, it's not. You see, just as we must live with the crimes we cannot undo, and just as we will live with the words we cannot unsay, so too will we always live with a piece of this community, and we will carry it in our lives wherever they may lead. So, on this day, as we commence with great plans of changing the world, know that you will, provided you always do this one simple thing. Embrace that little part of you that is all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Jordan. If engineering doesn't work out, I think you also have a career possibly in the theater. So it is fantastic. Great work. It is now my pleasure to introduce our distinguished commencement speaker, Dick Gochnauer. Dick is the former CEO of Essendant, the leading wholesale distributor of office and business products in the United States. Today, he shares his commitment to service and leadership and demonstrated responsibility for the greater good. As co-founder of the CEO Leadership Alliance for Orange County, California, Dick brings together leaders from the county's largest companies who believe that engagement and collaboration are their responsibility as they seek to build a thriving community. In many ways, his values match what we are trying to do with our higher education partners in this region. Although they reside in California, Dick and his wife Beth have strong ties to Northeast Wisconsin and have been supportive of the university through our Future Phoenix Fund and our engineering technology program. I can say in getting to know Dick and Beth that I can't imagine a speaker more appropriate for what we're trying to do at UW Green Bay. Please join me in welcoming Dick Gochnauer.
Yeah, I have to say that Jordan, you may have a career in public speaking as well as theater. Well, Chancellor Alexander, faculty, parents, grandparents, extended family, but most importantly, graduates, congratulations. You're graduating from UWGB, or I should say GB, after many years of education. You, your family, and your professors have worked hard and have sacrificed much for this day. You and they have persevered through many obstacles, including over 2 years of COVID. One of the first graduating classes to do that. It was not easy, but you made it. So congratulations. You hope all this hard work has prepared you for a productive career in life. So now what? Most of you have probably been given advice to help you figure this out, such as find a job that you're passionate about or find most fulfilling, or select a career that allows you to follow your purpose. Now, this is good advice, except for most graduates, you can't answer these questions, at least with any confidence. So how do you proceed? Well, I'd like to give you some practical advice that just might help you move forward in a productive way. I'm going to focus today on the intersection of purpose and career. I have learned that it is at this junction that people become their very best selves, and as a result, are more likely to achieve success in all aspects of their life. Now, I come out of the business world, so my examples are there, but these principles apply to any endeavor or organization. So, first, you need to understand what purpose is and is not. The purpose I'm talking about is not about you or what you want or need. Rather, it's about your positive impact on others. Think about others as everything from the person in front of you to the organization, to your community, and even for some of you, your country and even the world. Next, do not worry too much about knowing what your purpose is at this point. Rather, focus on your path. First thing to understand is that there are many paths. In fact, many people's purpose continues to evolve over time and grows through a process of expanding, then sharpening, and then expanding again. Think of it as a continuous journey of learning, growing, and experimenting. The first thing you need to understand is that your career path can either enhance and accelerate or hinder your journey. So to help you, here are 4 questions you should consider in selecting the organization you work for, and thus your path. Number 1, does the company or organization have a clear vision about how it's making the world a better place? And if it does it really mean it? And does it live it? Number 2, does the organization have a strong positive culture that values and grows its people? Number 3, does the organization operate in a sector that is healthy and growing? Despite all the best intentions, a sector that is not growing, it's hard for your organization and you to grow. And finally, your last consideration should be your starting salary. I've learned that if you get the first 3 questions right, the money will take care of itself over time. In other words, play the long game, not the short game. And I know you get this, but you've already made the decision to delay earning a living by a number of years that's taken you to get this degree. That's playing the long game. So let me explain further by giving you an example of my first career decision and several purposeful companies and leaders, with the hope that it will help you understand the power of syncing your career and your purpose to help you be your best self. Upon graduating from Harvard Business School, I turned down 2 very attractive job offers from 2 highly sought-after companies. Instead, I accepted a significantly lower paying job with Schreiber Foods as a second shift production supervisor. My classmates thought I'd lost my mind. So did my wife. I chose Schreiber because of its strong values and culture, its commitment and track record of investing in its people, its strong encouragement for employees to give back to the community, and the growth of the industry. I've never regretted that decision. Schreiber helped me develop a strong foundation on which I solidified my values and informed my journey to be a committed, purposeful leader. I did not discover that purpose could also apply to organizations as well as people until years later when I was CEO of a Fortune 500 company in Chicago. Among many of my initiatives to turn around the company, I started a corporate foundation, and I charged its leader with accomplishing one goal: enable our employees to learn the joy of giving back. One of the many initiatives our employees started was a program to donate school supplies to inner city kids out of our inventory of products. Employees brought their families to our warehouses on weekends to pick and pack the school supplies into backpacks. Employees themselves handed the backpacks to the children at schools. The joy and the excitement of the children was contagious. It changed hearts, not just for our employees, but for the family members who were proud that their parents worked for a company that cared and that they, in some small way, had helped. It did not take long before we had thousands of employees creating innovative ways to address various local social needs, and in the process, finding the joy in helping complete strangers. We tied this work to our company purpose, to enable our partners to succeed. It became so core to who we were that it became a competitive advantage and central to our company's strategy and success. Most importantly, it enabled our employees to find purpose in their work. I and others were continuously blown away by the power of unlocking hearts of teammates and the resulting commitment, creativity, energy, and gratitude. It was infectious. Paul Pullman had just become CEO of Unilever when I met him. He understood that business's purpose was to make the world a better place, to do both good and well. Being the largest soap and detergent company in the world, and second in food, Paul changed the company's goals from a focus on increasing shareholder returns to helping to solve 2 critical world problems: sickness due to poor sanitation and eating unhealthy foods. You see, half of the hospital's beds in the world were filled with people suffering from unsanitary conditions. Paul set a goal to more than double the nutritional value of their products, which they accomplished. And if you're in the food industry, you know that's not easy. The company embedded employees to learn from the world's poorest communities. They found new ways to produce, package, and deliver soaps and disinfectants at affordable prices to communities that needed them the most. The refocus on purpose not only had a huge impact on the health of millions, but created energized employees and better financial results. When I first met Brad Hewitt, he was CEO of Thrivent, the former Aid to Lutherans life insurance company that started over 100 years ago in Appleton. Today, the company offers life insurance and financial services products to their members. After much research, they aligned their purpose around the following goal, which was to enable their members to be wise with money and to live generously. You see, they found that if people spent less than they earned, they could save for future needs and help others with the excess. Doing both, members reduced their anxiety and increased their joy and fulfillment. Today, Thrivent gives away over $250 million a year, helping members help others. Mark Berlini was CEO of Aetna Insurance, who figured out that over 15,000 of his employees were not earning a living wage, as they needed food stamps and Medicaid to survive. And he's an insurance company. So he announced that he would nearly double the compensation for the lowest paid group of employees and give them the highest medical insurance coverage offered by Aetna. Mark reported 3 years later, when I brought a group of CEOs to visit Aetna, that employee turnover, training, and hiring costs all went down, but customer satisfaction with Aetna went way up. Higher paid Aetna employees who saw no change in their wages, instead of complaining, were happy for their fellow teammates and proud to work for a company that cared. So I leave you with 3 thoughts. Number 1, many of the happiest and most successful people I have known are those who find their purpose in their work. Number 2, purpose is not about you, but your positive impact on others. And number 3, don't worry if you don't know your purpose yet. Rather, select the best path and employer to help you find and activate it. If you start on this journey, you are more likely to become your very best self, make a meaningful difference in the world, and find fulfillment and success along the way.
Thank you, Dick, for those inspiring words, certainly ones we should listen to very carefully. Now, I invite Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Dr. Kate Burns, to preside over the most important part of our ceremony, the conferring of degrees.
Chancellor Alexander, I wish to read a resolution passed by the Faculty Senate at its meeting on May 4th, 2022. Be it resolved that the Faculty Senate of the University of Wisconsin, Green Bay, on behalf of the faculty, recommends to the Chancellor and Vice Chancellor of the university that the students certified by the Registrar of the university as having completed the requirements of their respective programs be granted their degrees at the May 14th commencement. We will begin with the conferring degrees upon the eligible candidates for the degree of Master of Science. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you Associate Vice Chancellor for Graduate Studies and Research, Dr. Peter Hart.
The University of Wisconsin Green Bay offers a wide array of graduate programming at the master's and doctoral level to meet the rapidly evolving educational needs of our regional workforce in the fields of science and technology, education, healthcare, and business. Graduate programs provide students with an advanced, problem-focused educational experience with courses offered in traditional, online, weekend, and evening formats. Will the candidates for the master's degree please rise and remain standing? Chancellor Alexander, I present these candidates for the master's degree upon the recommendation of their faculty advisors, their thesis committees, and the UW Green Bay Faculty Senate.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the University of Wisconsin Green Bay, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin System, I confer upon you the degree appropriate to the learning you have achieved and the work you have completed, with all the responsibilities, privileges, and honors thereto pertaining. Congratulations. Please be seated.
Candidates for the master's degree, at the direction of the marshal, please proceed to the platform. The candidates will be joined on stage by their major professors and program chairs. The candidates' names will be read by Associate Provost Courtney Sherman.
The following students are receiving a master's degree in data science. Phil Callahan. Maekor Diang. Nicholas Ryan Logan. The following students are receiving a master's degree in management. Crystal Yvette Guzman. Jacqueline Victoria Roseberry. Yajing Guo. The following students are receiving a Master of Business Administration degree. Matthew Adamczyk. Sandra Lawrence Benashik. Kelly A. Bales. Leonardo Campos Moya. Richard Hummel. Kaylee Mapes. Ryan Nowak. Samantha Smith. Jennifer Sue Twombly. Joy Wick. The following students are receiving a master's degree in athletic training. Hannah Kathleen Hoppa. Lauren Willie. The following students are receiving a master's degree in environmental science and policy. Alex Catherine Bjorklund. Stephanie Cole. Claire E. Hetzel. Jillian Jung-soo Karofsky-Legree. Rudy Carl Mueller-Schrader. Simona Negro. Hunter Poplum. Amanda Peterson. Nicholas R. Reed. Nicole Marie Schutt. Jacob Wolf. The following students are receiving a master's degree in sustainable management. Cheryl L. Mugford. Arthur Lloyd Ward.
Join me in congratulating our 2022 master's degree recipients.
Following our awards ceremony last night, 28 students now wear the Chancellor's Leadership Medallion in recognition of high academic achievement and community service. Another 49 students were honored with University Leadership Awards. Please, students who received those awards, please stand so you may be recognized for all of your hard work and determination.
At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the deans of the two colleges being honored at this afternoon's commencement. The Dean of the Austin E. Cochran School of Business, Dr. Matt Dornbush, and the Dean of the College of Science, Engineering, and Technology, Dr. John Caters. They will introduce you to their respective colleges.
Good afternoon. The Austin E. Cochran School of Business is a driving force in northeastern Wisconsin business education, dedicated to advancing economic prosperity and entrepreneurial spirit through partnership, impactful research, and quality graduate and baccalaureate programming. It's my pleasure to introduce to you my colleague, the Dean of the College of Science, Engineering, and Technology, Dr. John Caters.
Thanks, Dean Dornbush. Faculty and staff in the College of Science, Engineering, and Technology, which includes the recently established Richard J. Resch School of Engineering, provide a dynamic, hands-on learning environment in the classroom and the laboratory for a diverse array of majors. This approach to education fosters new and exciting opportunities in STEM fields for our undergraduate and graduate students, our faculty, and the surrounding community, thereby contributing to economic innovation and environmental sustainability. Provost Burns.
Thank you, Deans, for your leadership. We will now confer the baccalaureate degrees upon the eligible candidates. Will the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees please rise and remain standing? I present these candidates for degrees upon the recommendation of the faculty of the University of Wisconsin, Green Bay. They are to receive their appropriate degrees.
Thank you, Provost Burns. On the recommendation of the faculty of the University of Wisconsin, Green Bay, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin system, I confer upon each of you the degree appropriate to the learning you have achieved and the work you have completed, with all the responsibilities, privileges, and honors thereto pertaining. Congratulations. Please be seated. Graduates, at the direction of your marshal, you may proceed to the platform.
The following students have a major in accounting. Ben Billick, cum laude. Amber Rose Brown, magna cum laude. Tommy Charles Hess. Timothy M. Jacqueline, cum laude. Kelly Koppelman, magna cum laude. Brenly Latrice Kułkowski, summa cum laude. Kylie Ann Linky, cum laude. Jack Ludwig. Nicholas Gregory Paushton, summa cum laude. Gur Sikri. Carly Ann Skaletsky, summa cum laude. Danae Cernka, summa cum laude. Brady Stanzel, magna cum laude. Emma Elizabeth Urick, cum laude. Cassie Lee Wiegert, summa cum laude. Nathaniel R. Williams, cum laude. Si Zhang, cum laude. Mackenzie Zambon, summa cum laude. Allison Ann Zorn, cum laude. The following students have a major in business administration. Timothy G. Acton. Adam Glenn Arndt. Yasmin Cruz Ariola. Lorenzo Battalarin, cum laude. Hunter James Bertrand. Eleanor Elizabeth Bingheim. Emily Melissa Bork, summa cum laude. Mitchell Brock. Emily Ann Cartland, cum laude. Michael Kenneth Tritton. Canyon Ryan Covert. Taylor C. Delane, summa cum laude. Abigail Danielson. Shannon Dempsey. Brian Paul Dickman. Caleb Leif Drake, cum laude. Laura Disher, summa cum laude. Amanda Fredrickson. Cody John Gabrielson. Crystal Lee Geller. Vitaly Gerasimchuk. Ayan Leonardo Gonzalez. Matt Gritzmacher, cum laude. Connor Randall Hammond, cum laude. Max Hazuka. Olivia Grace Heilman, summa cum laude. Noah Paul Henshin, magna cum laude. James J. Jew. Jacob Kircher, cum laude. Logan Paul Kinsella. Ashley Koenig, summa cum laude. Amber Rose Lambright, summa cum laude. Betsy M. Leach, summa cum laude. Ryan James Lurquin. Ashley Marie Label, summa cum laude. Jessica Irene Liebeck, summa cum laude. Abby Kathleen Martin, magna cum laude. Tanner Allen Marvin. Emily Matus, cum laude. Hannah McCartney, cum laude. Maxwell Raymond Meyer. Dylan Miles, cum laude. Eric Miller. Kendra Marie Miraz, cum laude. Matilde Nunez Jimenez, summa cum laude. Matthew David Pulowski, cum laude. Jennifer Nell Peterson. Alexa Peterson, cum laude. Sarah Rose Petrie. Brian Vincent Phillips. Ninrod Picado, cum laude. Brett Joseph Pluta, cum laude. Nathan Robert Post, cum laude. Tyrone Powell. Kendall Marie Prevost. Hannah Grace Preisel, summa cum laude. Nicholas Pung. Alexis Julia Reagan. Benjamin Ramirez. Taylor Quinn Pettit. Taylor D. Schloman, cum laude. Michael Christopher Schmidt. Natalie Schmidt, magna cum laude. Bradley Joseph Schrader, magna cum laude. Carly Ann Shamian. Camden Schulander, cum laude. Justin Zonentag, cum laude. Brett Robert Stansel, cum laude. Jarrett John Stewart, magna cum laude. Tim Stiller, cum laude. Damian Matthew Todick, summa cum laude. Xavier Scott Terrian, summa cum laude. Hunter Andrew Thamert, cum laude. Jack Nicholas Torty. Ryan Truskowski, cum laude. Daniel G. Valadez. Marissa Ella Van Boxtel, cum laude. Natalie K. Vorpal. Brianne Nicole Weed, summa cum laude. Isaac John Wysocki. Mai Chi Shong. The following student has a major in economics. Michael Wong. The following students have a major in finance. Sergio Hinojosa. Nicholas Ulp. Jackie Singer. Jonathan Trestick. The following students have a major in Human Resource Management. Alyssa Lynn Brewer. Zoe Arlene Dubberpool, summa cum laude. Carly Klug. Amanda Lee. Brandon Michael Margalowski, cum laude. Sarah Grace McKinnon. The following students have a major in marketing. Asia Marie Athy. Brock Anthony Barrow, cum laude. Brittany Rose Cassidy, summa cum laude. Gabrielle Elizabeth Franco, magna cum laude. Zach Jaden. Benjamin Kopetsky, summa cum laude. Natalie Oshalik. Joshua Robert Sagona, magna cum laude. Kaylee Zoll, cum laude. The following student has a major in management. Eric William Elliott, cum laude. The following students have a major in biology. McKenna Arts. Cece Austin, cum laude. Emily Nicole Barron. Olivia Claybrook. Jordan Cotter. Alexandra Davis. Caleb Timothy Deering, cum laude. Joshua Stephen Dietzler. Nicholas Blade Richard Gabbard. Jeremy Allen Gobert. Caitlin Yeager. Jesse Meyer, summa cum laude. Corey James Moravnik. Sonia Pine, summa cum laude. Elizabeth Pushis. Jasper Daniel Roseno, magna cum laude. Dustin Soblik. Malin Marie Tarshesky. Madison Paige Tischler. Eric Walters, cum laude. The following students have a major in chemistry. Sean Riedessel. Hannah Elizabeth Suarez, cum laude. Nolan Michael Torres, summa cum laude. The following students have a major in computer science. Dylan Anderson. Nathan Arkin. Maxwell Bainline. Zachary John Dovedovich. Drew Doberreiner, cum laude. Maxwell Alexander Herrick. Garrett Donald Leafy. Mohammed Mohammed. Garrett Glenn Poole. Taylor Ryko, cum laude. Corinne Beth Schulke. Hunter Edward Vandewater, cum laude. Josh Wilger, cum laude. Ryan Bradley Wanser. The following students have a major in electrical engineering. Abigail Joanna Duane. Tyler James Pop, cum laude. Kyle J. Stoll, cum laude. The following student has a major in environmental engineering technology. Aaron Bracefield, cum laude. Richard Patrick Pershon, summa cum laude. The following students have a major in environmental science. Lauren Marie Kaya, cum laude. Rachel Marie Kramer. Anissa Durbick, cum laude. Tanya Marie Pitt. Monroe Titus. The following student has a major in geoscience. Neda Azine Mobasher, cum laude. The following students have a major in human biology. Nadifo Kasim Abdi. Nada Kasim Abdi, cum laude. Ashlyn Aaron Arneson, summa cum laude. Riley Kathleen Boyd, summa cum laude. Talia Beth Boye, magna cum laude. Madeline Grace Brown, magna cum laude. Emma Catherine Buttry. Catherine Carley. Ashley Marie Casey, summa cum laude. Clayton Conan. William R. Durand. Sydney Mae Federer, cum laude. Jennifer Sue Franson, summa cum laude. Kylie Peyton Gierock, magna cum laude. Elissa Ling Gilbertson, cum laude. Jenna Ann Grandinetti, cum laude. Sandra Lee Ann Clam. Sue Chua Lau. Ariana Constance Lachlan, cum laude. David James Lukitis, magna cum laude. Isabel Malecki, summa cum laude. Cynthia Rose Meyer, magna cum laude. Tyler James Milkey. Madison Rose Melezova. Kaylee Victoria Nelson. Emily Nettesheim. Jennifer Ann Prescar, cum laude. Taylor Andrea Radel. Ian William Rominski. Antonio Salerno. Brianna Schumacher, cum laude. Megan Survey, summa cum laude. Alexis Rose Stein. Kelsey Sharon Swancutt. Jennifer Marie Van Dirty, summa cum laude. Vanessa Victoria Vincent. Mariah Lee Warnecki, cum laude. Katie Warpinski, magna cum laude. Sydney Larice Weber. Eric Wesolowski, cum laude. Judy Yang, magna cum laude. Seth Matthew Zellner. The following students have a major in mathematics. Jordan Arthur, magna cum laude. Julian John Charles, cum laude. Nate Geezy, magna cum laude. Noah Thomas Huckins. Eric Alexander Cox, cum laude. Megan Autumn Melkmis, magna cum laude. Jacob Robert Allen Norman. Christian Arthur Peterson. The following students have a major in mechanical engineering. Justin Tyler Brandmeier. Dennis L. Christoph, summa cum laude. Blake Sislevich, cum laude. Jordan Sione. Nathan Wayne Craighead, summa cum laude. Bailey DeYoung, cum laude. Elizabeth Heinen, summa cum laude. James Marshall Cott. Daniel Reed Leonard, summa cum laude. Joseph John Meyer. James Kyle Marker, magna cum laude. Michael Roman McGuire, summa cum laude. Tyler James McVeigh, cum laude. Joshua Mendez, cum laude. Dan Mendrala, cum laude. Noah James Myers. Aziru Ruben Onama. Ryan Kenneth Rominger, cum laude. Ben Redman. The following student has a major in mechanical engineering technology. Timothy Ryan Smith, cum laude. The following student has a major in water science. Griffin Lee Schaefer. The following students have a major in organizational leadership. Elizabeth Aaron. Kimberly Gross, cum laude. The following student has a major in psychology. Kennedy Tate. Dylan Campbell. The following student has a major in information science. Carissa Joy Scanlon, cum laude. The following students have a major in organizational leadership. Stanley White Eagle Jr. Mitch Listow.
If I can ask all of our graduates now to please rise. According to university tradition, I now invite you to move your tassels to the left side of your cap. Thank you all for attending today. Graduates, I urge you to move forward from this day with the understanding that you have a responsibility that comes with your degree. You represent yourself and all those that have graduated before you. I know you will continue to inspire us. Go Phoenix! Audience, please rise and remain standing in place until the recessional of the faculty and graduates is complete. Kate Kopke will now lead us and lift every voice and sing, followed by the UW Green Bay alma mater.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that our dark past has brought us. Sing a song full of the hope that our present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun, let us march on till victory is won. Let us rise above the waters, men and women of Green Bay. Rise in knowledge, rise in wisdom, rise in friendship sealed today. As the phoenix rose from flame, let us rise and still proclaim that we pledge our alma mater and the memories of her name.
Look at that. Hit me door now.
I got rid of them.
It's like, that's what we're doing, despite all evidence to the contrary. All right. I'm socially broken, so I do actually say things in places that I just try to only speak like other people. But that gives me a wide leeway then. That's to my wife. Chances of getting out of here.